What's going on, y'all? Back here with a new damn video. Let's just get down to it. Honestly, dog, it's tough making Eagles videos right now, but I guess, you do it. Let me just say this. This game right here, for a lot of fans, they're treating it like a rivalry game. Even if they're not, fans ain't even hyped up anymore, dude. Fans are not hyped up anymore for this season after this debacle and bullshit that went down. And I'm gonna get to that in 1 second. A lot of people sit back and say, "Oh well, look at the South last year. With the Panthers and this team and that team. Those teams were still in the division. They never lost hope. And then they got in the playoffs." I'm like, okay, cool, but I ain't losing hope. The fans ain't, but we're fucking depressed and mad because at the end of the day. For example, somebody may try to pull that bullshit on me last year with the NFC South. Now, they're like, oh, well, look at the Panthers. That whole division was trash, but every team, like the fans of the Panthers, were still trying to win games. They weren't depressed and pissed. They were just still trying to win and get into the playoffs. I'm like, okay, cool. Difference between them and us is they have Cam Newton. They got Luke Kuechly. They have a hope and they have a future. Like the Cowboys. Some stupid Cowboys fan came to me. Oh, bro, try being us, man. We're 2-7, dude. It's the real struggle. You guys have Dez Bryant. And I know this guy's getting old, but you have one of the best quarterbacks in Tony fucking Romo. Okay? We don't even have a quarterback. Like, if we had a rookie out there right now and we were playing like this, I'd be like, fine, you know what? Next year we're winning something. Next year there's hopes. You know what? I like Bradford, right? And I said these past 3 games he's been balling out. And it's our luck that he gets hurt after playing good. In my head, it sounds messed up, but it's like, damn, why couldn't he have got hurt when he was playing like shit? Now he plays good as hell. He's starting to light it up. He's starting to do his thing. He's getting grooving. He's getting moving. And he gets hurt. But, I ain't giving up on the season. I'm not trying to be, what do you want to call it? I ain't trying to sound, fucking negative and this and that, but I'm just saying how I see it. You know what I mean? All these teams out here, for example, the team we're versing, the Bucs. They ain't winning their division. They might be trash, but they got Winston. They got a future. Now they got to build this team around him, and they can literally go somewhere in the future. They can go win championships. They can do this, do that. We ain't got nothing to build around. Unless you want to, I'll get that at the end of the season because you still could get a quarterback, this and that. But this is why I said even if we don't win this season, you keep Bradford out there to see what you have in him because he's on a 1-year deal. If you sit him right now from here on out, like he comes back from the injury, but you sit him out and put Sanchez out there, like I said before, Sanchez is going to be here. He's on a 2-year deal. He's going to be here no matter what. So you can go back to him whenever you want. Bradford won't. And you brought him in here to be your franchise quarterback. Be the guy that can lead you to the promised land. Be the guy that in the future, in a couple years, can lead you to a ring or lead you somewhere, And be your Carson Palmer. Be your Drew Brees. The guy who got hurt a lot comes to your team and starts balling out. That won't happen if you put him up on the bench. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to see what you have in him because it all relies on next year. If, like I said, if he doesn't pan out, he's gone. You got to go back to square one. You got to go back to ground zero, and you got to start all over again of trying to find your quarterback. Oh my God. Of trying to find your quarterback. It's a long journey trying to find a franchise quarterback. That shit will consume your life. Not me. Teams. Like the franchises. It consumes your life trying to find one. Trust me, people go with different quarterbacks till they finally get that one. Like the Raiders. Been going year in, year out till they finally got Derek Carr, who I knew was going to be a beast. Vikings, they haven't had shit since, in my opinion, since Dante Culpepper. I mean, that's a long time. So, it's a long, process, but I hope something can happen. But that's why at the end of the season, if there's no quarterback out there, I'm sorry. I know the season's not over, and I know I'm talking about quarterbacks right now, but this is just a question that came up. to me from somebody. I will break this down at the end of the season. But since Sanchez is in right now, Bradford's out, everyone's talking about this, talking about that. I wouldn't, at the end of the season, someone said, would I take Stafford? Fuck no, I wouldn't take Matthew Stafford. I take Bradford over Stafford any day. And people say to me, that sounds crazy, because I like Stafford. I think the dude has an arm, he's athletic, he's wild. I like that mentality, go there, sling the ball around. But he can't read a defense. He has Calvin Johnson and Golden Tate, two of the best weapons, and one of the best receivers of all time in Calvin Johnson. He still can't win shit. What makes you think he'll come here with lesser talent? You can put Jordan Matthews, Nelson Aguilar, and Josh Huff combined, and it still won't be as good as one man in Calvin Johnson. And he's got Golden Tate. What makes you think he's going to come here with less talent and win if he can't do shit down there? That's it. That's just the way I look at that. And then Colin Kaepernick. We'll get to all this shit in the end of the season. The Colin Kaepernick rumors, this, that. I say you re-sign Bradford to a 2-year extension for a low price. You let him play it out, you see what he has. If you start stinking up the joint early on, like 5 games in, you say, fuck you lost your job, you throw Sanchez in there. And just go. I mean, that's it. But that's later on in the season. We'll talk about that later. Let's get down to this, though. But I will say this, though. I heard that the Eagles' vice president of player operations, whatever, will be at the Memphis and Temple game to scout the best quarterback in college football right now, Paxton Lynch. 6'7", big-ass arm. That's all I'm going to say. Eagles scouts are going to be there watching. That's all I got to say. But let's get down to this. That's later on in the season. The season's still ain't over. We're just talking about QBs, this, that. I mean, Bradford can come back, light it up, and take us to the playoffs, and we can go on a run. I don't know. But this team, man, it's something crazy all the time. But I will give Sanchez this for this week. I will give him this. He had no first-team reps. That's why he was throwing behind people's backs. He was playing last year coming off a shoulder injury, and his arm was 75%. Now it's 99%. They're saying he can throw the ball 60 yards. Before, he couldn't even throw it 30. So I will give him that. I give him the benefit of the doubt on that. I also, last year, for his fuck-ups, I give him the other benefit of the doubt, that he came in on the hardest part of the schedule. When Foles played, we were 6-2 because we versed the Jags, the Rams. I mean, we versed some trash teams. Besides the Cardinals, that's it, and we lost that game. We versed bum teams. Sanchez came in, he had to play the Texans, the Panthers, even that we won those two. Then he had to play the Packers in Lambeau. He had to play Seattle. He had to play Dallas twice. The Giants, Skins. I mean, he had to verse tough teams, the toughest part of the schedule he had to face. And, that's kind of tough for a backup, so I will give him that. But he's coming in versus these Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And as I said before, people are taking this like a rivalry game. Even if the fans don't have juice, but take it like a rivalry game from them beating us in the NFC Championship to us versus them in the playoffs multiple times in 2001, something like that. McNabb's second year, and he beat you guys in the playoffs. Then they came back and beat us in the NFC Championship, and we verse you guys all the time. It's like a little rivalry. I don't have no hate for them. They're just the Bucs. I was really little when that whole rivalry shit was going on. Not rivalry, but that whole little shit going on. With the NFC Championship. John Gruden, Andy Reid on one side. John Gruden over here. They both came up together. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, know much about it. I was a younger kid, but that's that. It should be a good game. In my personal opinion, Sanchez is going to light it up. Sanchez is going to light it up versus the Bucs, versus the Lions. And that's the messed up part I told everybody. I said, because he's going to go on a 2-game win streak. The fan base is going to get hyped up just like last year. And then he's going to shit the bed when needed most. Now, Bradford, you see what he did last week versus the Miami Dolphins. A bad team. He played really well until he got hurt. He would do the same against the Bucs if he played, and the same against the Lions if he played. He'll put the same stats as Sanchez will if he does put up good stats. I don't know if Sanchez can go there and throw 5 picks. I don't know. It's a week-to-week league. Any given Sunday, I believe in that mentality. Lions beat Packers. I mean, everything's just uphill. But that's the messed up part. Sanchez is going to verse 2 bad teams. I wouldn't say trash, because the Tampa Bay Bucs was the one team that scared me out of this 3 games coming up. Miami, Tampa, and Lions. Tampa Bay scared me the most. 6th ranked defense, rookie quarterback who's balling out, and Mike Evans, who is a fucking flat out beast. I wish we traded up and got him in that draft, honestly. But and they get Vincent Jackson back, so that's what I heard. I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. It's going to be real messed up because, man, Sanchez is going to win these 2 games. Maybe he's going to win these 2 games. And it's going to start a big controversy because Bradford returns after these 2 games versus New England. In New England. So, Sanchez is going to look great against these 2 teams that ain't all that well. Bradford's going to return against New England, get his ass pushed in. And it's going to start a thing like, yo, man, Sanchez is better. But people ain't going to look at the competition he's versing, if that makes any sense. It's just a bunch of shit. I don't give a damn. Let's go, Birds. Sanchez, don't do that stupid shit. Throwing balls at the end zone, getting picked off, just doing silly shit, man. March the ball on the field. Jam it down their fucking throats. Let's get this game going. I'm tired of the excuses. I'm tired of the bullshit. This is a team right here that we should stomp our motherfucking foots in their asses. But will it happen? Shit, I don't know. They should have done it last week to Miami. And they lost by a point. And the Tampa Bay is better than Miami. Tampa Bay's better than... Well, I wouldn't say better, but if you want to go by this and this and this, they got the 6th ranked defense, they got this, they got that. This team right here was the team that scared me out of the next 3 games coming up, which was Miami, Tampa Bay, Lions, as I said. Tampa Bay scared me the most. And it scares me, man, really, because the quarterback's playing really hot. They're a team that in the future, in a couple years coming up, man, they're going to be really big. People need to watch the hell out. But that's all I got to say. Like this video, subscribe, and comment below. Let's get after Winston. You know what I'm saying? Mark Sanchez, just don't do silly shit. Fucking just play the game. I think he's going to ball out. I'm not going to say I think. I think he's going to have a good game. I wouldn't say ball out. Ball out's big stats. I think he's going to have a good game. Alright, guys. Peace. Go Birds. Comment below on your thoughts. The rise of the Sanchez. Oh, shit. Go Birds.